The new version of Livestream 1.4 was released yesterday and it's already making an impact. It's hard to imagine it not making an impact. During the livestream, we learned that version 1.4 will bring a lot of updates to the game. On top of all that, we also got the news that the latest character, Harumasa, will be given away free to all players in version 1.4. I know, it might sound unbelievable, but it's real. In addition to these interesting developments, version 1.4 introduces a number of noteworthy updates that we'll be discussing. Many players have even called this is the most significant update to Zenless Zone Zero yet. As the title of this video suggests, I'm with PD Gamers, and in this recap we will be going over all the updates in the upcoming version 1.4. Let's do this. Do you have a character or weapon in the game that you really want but you don't have enough Stellar Jade? Here is a smarter way to recharge your favorite games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. Look no further than Loot Bar. Loot Bar is the most reliable top-up platform. It saves up to 20% for all orders compared with the official channel, and it provides an 5% off for your first purchase. It's 100% safe as you will only be using your UID. We will buy pack for 3,000 Stellar Jades for $42, which otherwise would have costed $50, totally saving $7.5. We received the crystals we purchased in less than 3 minutes. All recharge will be done through the official channel with MiHoYo, which allows you to enjoy all top-up offers. Ready to level up your gaming experience? Check the link in the description to get the amazing discount. Okay, first on the agenda is a discussion of the new banners in version 1.4. As we learned from the drip marketing info that came out a while back, there will be 2 new banners in version 1.4. The Hoshimi Miyabi banner with Asaba Harumasa. But here's the interesting part. Unlike the previous banner system, in the upcoming version, these 2 banners will appear at the same time during version 1.4. That means we have more time to be able to take these 2 characters. Pretty cool, right? Next up is some important news about Harumasa, which will be available as a free bonus in the upcoming update. As I mentioned before, Harumasa will be shared with all players in version 1.4. Pretty cool, right? On top of that, we will get the character for free and materials to upgrade Harumasa up to level 40. That means we won't have to spend time farming to find valuable items to upgrade this character. Pretty unexpected, huh? Apart from getting Asaba Harumasa for free, it seems incomplete if we don't get a deeper story about this character. Yep, in the upcoming version, we get a background story about Harumasa, including rumors about his illness to the story of his main reason for deciding to join the Section 6. Well, it seems that we will be moved by the past of Harumasa. What do you think? New showcase. Yep, in each new version, of course, there will be a showcase character that appears. Of course, in this showcase, we will learn all the best combos that Harumasa will have later. And yes, once again, we will get Polychrome for free if we complete the showcase in version 1.4. Not bad, right? A new version means there will be a new Bangbu. Yep, you're right. In version 1.4, Zenless Zone Zero also presents 2 new Bangbus, namely Gen Gulliver and also Brawler Boo. From these 2 new Bangbu designs, it looks like the Bangbu named Agent Gulliver will be a very suitable Bangbu if you use 2 characters from Section 6 in your team. Now, as for Brawler Boo, interestingly, we will get Brawler Boo for free through an event called Shadow Lost in the upcoming version. Very interesting, huh? The most important thing to know is that there are new draft discs, including the Branch and Blade Song and the Astral Voice. Both of these draft discs are great for some of the characters. Even using this draft disc will increase the performance of your team. Rumor has it that if you are planning to pick up Miyabi in patch version 1.4, you should definitely get the draft disc named Branch and Blade Song, because it's the only draft disc that matches her. Oh yeah, before that, I want to remind you guys of one important thing. Just like the previous update, in the upcoming version 1.4, we will also get free 10 encrypted master tapes, and also free 10 weapons in an easy way. That is, you only need to check in at a certain time that has determined. Well, it's not bad, right? Okay, finally we come to a pretty interesting part in this video. Yep, in this version we will get a new main story, namely main story chapter 5. Some of the footage you see on the screen shows the excitement about the new story that we will get in version 1.4. It seems like anyway all the factions that have we made before will get some problems that seem big enough and interesting for us to see. And it seems that in this version 1.4 we can see who the real enemy is. What do you think? We are now going to move on to the new gameplay version 1.4, which is called Hollow Zero Shadow Lost. In this latest Hollow Zero mode, one of the researchers at the outpost, Ray, has mysteriously disappeared. Our job is to find the researcher in the area called a Lost Void. We will face new enemies with unique challenges in this new mode. We can collect items called Shadow Crystal Data and unlock Ray's advanced equipment to complete the content. There are also several characters with alternative skills in this mode. Next, we will have another new content called Deadly Assault, a new content where we will be faced with difficult challenges. In this mode, we are required to bring 3 different teams to fight enemies with certain weaknesses. In addition, in this mode, we can choose buffs that can be useful for the team. In this mode, we can also re-challenge by changing to a better team as many times as we want. Okay, now we will move on to the event section that will appear in the upcoming version 1.4. For the first event called Into That Pale Wasteland, in this event there are hollows that appear and are uncontrollable in certain locations. Due to this, Team Section 6 consisting of Miyabi, Yanagi, Harumasa and Soukaku were sent to investigate the strangeness of the hollow. You can see in the teaser they showed, it looks like this hollow will be different compared to the hollows that have existed before. Well, for the next interesting event that will appear in the upcoming version is an event called Bangbu vs the Real. In this event, we will be able to send various kinds of Bangbus that we have to ward off the arrival of the Reals that will attack our world. Well, as you can see through the trailer, we are tasked with putting the Bangbus we have in the right location, so that we can easily prevent them from entering certain portals. Well, this event looks interesting and funny. Next is event we are waiting for, guys. The event named Where the Stars Shine Bright is an event that is very similar to the agent training event that we got some time ago, where in this event we are tasked with completing the tasks given in it and we will get various kinds of materials to be able to improve the performance of the agents we have for free. Okay, next for the fourth event is an event called Combat Footage Review. Maybe here you think this is an event related to fighting ethereals, right? No, this is a relaxing event that you can do while drinking coffee. This is an event related to compiling puzzle, guys. Just like some of the previous events, we are tasked with arranging puzzles with the images provided. This is pretty cool anyway. Then for the last event that we can get in version 1.4 is Collab Designer. Unlike its name, our task here is quite easy, namely by completing tasks that are very similar to the weekly quests we have done so far. If we complete the quests in order, then we will get a bingo score. Yep, in essence, this event is quite simple to complete. I forgot to mention one more thing. There's a double drop event for combat simulation and routine cleanup. As the title says, we will get extra prizes for working on combat simulation and routine cleanup. This event happens regularly when the latest version comes out. It's pretty interesting, especially if you need a lot of materials to upgrade your character. Okay, in addition to the various content updates in this release, it turns out that we get updates for various other things in release 1.4. The first one is Main Commission Update. The Main Commission Update this time is a TV mode update. In the main commission, the prologue section of the main story, Chapter 3, has undergone a complete overhaul. Currently, the TV mode in the main commission is being replaced with a new stage mode. Well, this update is really interesting for those of you who might feel a little bored with the TV mode, which seems too rigid and monotonous, right? Another interesting thing to note about this game update is the decibel system and of the ultimate. As I've mentioned in a few previous videos, in update 1.4, Hoyoverse giving the decibel system and ultimate a total overhaul. This version lets each character on the team have their own decibels, so they can issue ultimates independently. Now, when it comes to decibels, any character on the field who attacks or uses a skill will get decibels. Even characters who are off the field will get decibels, but they'll be much smaller than those on the field. This means that all characters can still issue ultimates, even though they don't often enter the battle. In version 1.4 later, the game plan will also make it easier for us to build our character correctly with a new system called a special training plan, where in this mode we can see all the recommendations we need. And of course, in this menu we can increase the level, skill, or draft disc in the same menu. Do you feel bored because you use the same character when exploring the city? Well, as I have informed through several previous videos, later in version 1.4 we can replace the characters we use with the characters we already have. Well, of course, this is very interesting because we definitely want to see how our favorite character's animation is when exploring, right? Then for another interesting update is an update about coffee shops. Honestly, nowadays the choices for coffee shops are arguably very diverse, so maybe for some people this is very confusing. But calm down, in the latest update, the menu in the coffee shop will be replaced with two permanent menus, namely coffee that can get 80 energy and also coffee that can get 60 energy and also double drop rate. Interesting, huh? Which one is your favorite? And finally, the update that is quite interesting to discuss is the quality time update. This quality time update is an update that brings new interactions with our agents. In the latest version of the update, if we have a level 2 trust with our agent, then we can access special events with that agent. And of course, we can see special interactions and stories that we never saw in the previous main mission. Really interesting, right? One thing we need to talk about is what's left behind from 1.4 update. There are some interesting new features, like a new map and new interactions on the map. The new map, called Port Alpes, has a gorgeous view and is really bright, so it's great for relaxing and enjoying the scenery. I've heard that this is where chapter 5 of the main story is going to take place. What do you think? Okay guys, I guess that's all the recap of the Zenless Zone Zero livestream version 1.4. What do you guys think? Which update is your favorite? Please type in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.